Hello, dear students. Let us understand about income approach, net income approach, which comes under the course financial management. Okay, so basically, this net income approach, it comes under financial management, that too specifically under financing decisions. When we are about to study about the concept of capital structure, definitely there are different kinds of theories. So net income approach is one among them. Okay, so let us understand what is this capital structure first. So capital structure, it refers to the mix of debt and equity. See here in this image, so you can able to see different sources like equity, preference, debt, and other all kind of other sources also. Okay, so how that ratio is what happening, how that proportion or else mix of that debt come equity, where you are just segregating for your business operations. Basically, that is actually called as capital structure. So, we are studying about net income approach. So, let us understand its meaning and assumptions. So, what is this first? See, NI approach, net income approach, states that capital structure affects the value of the firm. See, each theory is what proposing different concepts. Okay, so this approach is stating that capital structure is, it is going to affect or it will affect the value of the firm. So that is the concept of uh, this specific approach. Okay. So see here the next line. Increasing the proportion of cheaper debt in capital structure reduces overall cost of capital and increases firm value. Okay. So definitely it is going to affect in which way? In case if you are just cheaper debt, in the sense like you are just decreasing the debt, proportion of debt is what very less. If you do that, obviously what happens on the other side, it reduces the overall cost of capital, yes, and next it increases the firm's value. So all such certain things will happen because of that cheaper debt which you are picking. So assumptions, in the sense there are different assumptions. See, the first one, it is based on like and it is actually less. Cost of debt is actually less than the cost of equity. Yes, that is what the main thing of this net income approach. And next is cost of debt and cost of equity remains constant. Next, no corporate taxes. Next, business risks remains unchanged. Clear? So next is key features of net income approach. So capital structure is relevant use of more debt increases EPS. There is a concept called as earnings per share, which means overall cost of capital declines as debt increases. Firm's value increases. Okay, with higher leverages. So next is effect on cost of capital. See here, as debt increases, what happens? Weighted average cost of capital decreases. Okay, that is overall cost of capital. And next is cost advantage arises because debt is cheaper than equity. So next, effect on value of the firm. What is this? See the simple thing like higher debt, lower weighted average cost of capital. If it is, lower weighted average cost of capital, next, obviously it increases the value of the firm. That is the higher value of the firm, right? So next, merits and criticisms of NI approach. What are all the merits? See, simple and easy to understand. It is not very complicated process at all. It's actually very simple. Okay. So highlights the importance of debt financing, useful for explaining leverage benefits. Okay. So criticisms, in the sense, as cost of equity remains constant. Okay. So it is like you're just assuming that equity remains constant. And next is what? It ignores all kind of financial risks at higher level debts. Unrealistic assumptions in real world conditions. Actually, we can say that as like comes under criticism part. And next is conclusion. Yes, it suggests capital structure decisions are important. By increasing debt, firms can reduce the overall or else weighted average cost of capital. And this is all about net income approach. Clear? Thank you.